Covering the finances first, payment of bills included $4,920.72 to AT&T and AT&T Mobility, as well as $583,915.16 for the period of time between March 12 and March 25. Other items to note included the yearly presentation and adoption of recommendations by the Economic Development Commission, a mayoral proclamation recognizing Terry Devaney for his service to area veterans, and a second proclamation recognizing National Public Safety Telecommunications Week on April 14th through the 20th. Also a presentation regarding the recycling center property and plans for K. Hovnanian Homes to build townhomes on that property. The board approved a new class of liquor license, adopted a new zoning map, created a Lake Street Park on Diamond Lake Steering Committee. Public Works and Engineering was recognized for winning the National Safe and Sustainable Snow Fighting Award, and after much discussion resulting in the mayor breaking a tie, the business and contract registration was updated, including new fees. Finally, the board approved an update to the Utility Service Reimbursement Program to include stormwater updates and adopted a resolution adding CAA LLC to a redevelopment agreement for 437 North Chicago Avenue. My name is Eric Schwenk, and that's your Mundelein Minute, a 1-minute recap of the Mundelein Village Board Meeting on March 25th, 2019. I'll stray from the Village Board recap for one moment to mention that municipal elections are underway through April 2nd. This is your opportunity to vote for village trustee, library, park district commissioners, and others. As a candidate for Mundelein Village Trustee, I urge you to learn about the issues and the candidates and cast your ballot now through April 2nd. Now let's take a look at the full meeting recap. The Village Board meeting started right on time at 7 p.m. and the board rolled through the first few agenda items quickly. These included the Pledge of Allegiance and approval of prior meeting minutes. With no one wishing to address the board in public commentary, presentations and awards was up next. The board heard from the chairperson of the Economic Development Commission, who presented his annual report. The board accepted his report and followed with a motion to accept the recommendations regarding the downtown area. These recommendations included reconstruction of Morris and Chicago Avenues, Metro expansion, and creating a gateway entrance on 176. Their full report is in the board meeting packet and highlights the area businesses, project, and plans for the future. In the mayor's report, Mayor Lentz recognized Terry Devaney for his volunteer service to the Midwest Veterans Closet, an area nonprofit that provides clothing, food, and assistance with obtaining housing, transportation, and employment. A second proclamation recognized April 14 through April 20 as National Public Safety Telecommunications Week. Also during the mayor's report, the board heard a concept from K. Hovnanian regarding a property at 101 East Maple. This is the recycling center property. That property was recently acquired by the village in a settlement with the property owner. The board approved a term sheet and appointed trustees Russell and Simple to the negotiating team regarding this property. Finally, the board approved a new classification of liquor license, that's FB liquor license. This license allows for beer, wine, and liquor service at tables, not over a bar, and allows for packaged beer and wine sales to leave the facility. Next up was the Community and Economic Development Committee. The board passed an ordinance granting approval of a new zoning map and granted the village administrator the authority to sign an application for plat approvals for properties at 444 East Cortland and 440 East Crystal. These two properties are the Public Works Facility on East Crystal and the old U.S. Music Factory on East Cortland. The board also updated the ordinance regarding the Mundelein Arts Commission. The Public Works Committee was up next. Public Works and Engineering was recognized for winning the National Safe and Sustainable Snow Fighting Award. The Finance Committee presented two motions. With that in mind, they paid $4,920.72 to AT&T and AT&T Mobility, as well as $583,915.16 for the period of time between March 12 and March 25, 2019. The Building Committee was up next, and the first motion was regarding business and contractor registration. This motion resulted in a lot of discussion by the board about increased fees for contractors and when those fees apply. After much discussion, the board voted 3-3 and the mayor voted to pass the ordinance, breaking that tie. Starting this year, the village will charge $25 for each business to register, and contractors will pay $100. Contractors located in the village of Mundelein who register as a business will pay a reduced fee of $50. The board also passed an ordinance updating the village's utility service reimbursement program. This program, which covers half of the cost up to $4,000 for battery backup sump pumps and overhead sewage conversions, will now cover stormwater connections for sump pumps and the like. As a reminder, you cannot connect your downspouts or sump pump to the sanitary sewer. This new ordinance will allow connections to the storm sewer and help property owners pay for that connection. There was no report from the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, and under other reports, Trustee Black mentioned the Diamond Lake meeting held the week prior and recognized the village staff for the successful meeting. With no omnibus vote items, the board heard from the village administrator, who asked for a motion to add CAA LLC to the redevelopment agreement for the property located at 437 North Chicago Avenue. This property is under a redevelopment agreement that calls for townhomes to be built on the property, and the new owner would like to build a senior income-assisted apartment building. There were no reports from the village attorney or the clerk, and the village board recessed into executive session to discuss imminent litigation. My goal with these videos is to provide as much information about your village government in a short amount of time. We all don't have time to watch 2 hours worth of video or keep up with board minutes. This is my 4th video, and I hope you're finding them useful. As always, I welcome your feedback to make them better. My name is Eric Schwenk, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.